Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. I have one question, right? Why do the people who say Gaza, most of them, not all of them, why do the people who say Gaza are always some uneducated persons who actually speak before thinking? These are not the type of people you find reading something. These are not the type of people you would find researching something of substance that is. And it always just happen. Like even before you start a conversation with the individual, I urge people to find out what do they say and who do they support. And it will always determine how the conversation is going to go. It always determines the direction of the conversation. It's like I remember when AKA Mr. T, even though he had his differences that he posted about Alkaline, I remember once he said something. Why is it that if you find a person breaking into a shop, when you catch the thief happens to be saying Gaza. If somebody grab a old woman purse and running somewhere, when you check that out, the individual is saying Gaza. It's always just some miscreants in society, some low-life, shiftless people who happens to be the ones who are saying Gaza. They do not believe in reading. They do not believe in researching. They do not believe in proper communication. They do not believe in communicating things that make sense of substance. They don't believe in having a flowing conversation that actually makes sense. They don't believe in having reasonability, proper communication skills. They don't believe in that. It's always a group of people with seem like they have ADHD, they have very low attention span, they talk more than they listen, and they speak before thinking. And it just always happened to be that. I remember I was having a conversation with someone and we're speaking on history. Now, people tend to judge me by the way I look. They see the tattoos, they see the blonde hair, and they just go off and say, oh, yeah, it's another person. She's just an owner of a shop and she's just doing this and doing that. Until they get into a conversation with me and then they realize that, oh, she actually has substance. What did I get myself into? I actually approached this situation the wrong way. I should have come back with more information. And they fight tooth and nail to have a one up. They're not fighting to prove a point or to establish a point or to put their point across. They want a one up on me. And I remember the individual was speaking and he was saying that, he would listen to a madman speaking. And I said, of course, 90% of you people, you type of people would listen to a madman before you listen to me. The reason you do that, it's because a madman is deemed an underdog. You understand me? He will never have a one upon you because he's not clean. He's not going to be respected at first upon seeing. And you believe that because you're clean and well dressed, you will automatically always have that one up on a madman. So you would most likely listen to a madman more than you listen to me. Because in listen to me, I will surprise you. And looking at me, I will automatically have a one up on you. You understand me? And because of such, you can't afford that. It's like the slave master who would have rather feed his dog than feed his slaves. Because he know the dog cannot become a man. But the slave and the mentality that he has will not only be deemed a man one day, but deem an inventor, a creative individual like the Benjamin Bonneke, the Ian Ernst McZelliger. You can go and research on these individuals. You understand me? They become they become they become ingenious. They become very creative. They become very inventive. You understand? And so the slave master cannot afford that. So he rather feed the dog than feed the slave. You understand? And these are the things that I speak about. People who have in the slave master mentality because they do their damage and gone. They have advanced themselves. But you are leave with the remnants of it. And I always speak on it relating to vampirism. You can just bite them and be gone. You don't have to stick around and linger. You can just bite them and be gone because you're just going to bite each other and inoculate the place. You understand me? So this is a mindset, the decrepit mindset of a lot of persons. And when I check it out with that individual, when I was communicating with him, with the old madman thing, when I listen to him, the individual is actually saying Gaza. He's a staunch Gaza supporter and all this type of foolery. So I always realize that there's a pattern before you enter into a conversation, and I'm urging the public, before you decide to enter into a conversation with a lot of people, find out what they're saying. If they're saying Gaza, I promise you, you can determine how the conversation is going to go. If it's actually going to make sense for you to go and debate with him. And I remember one point he said to me in the opening of the conversation that, so much a person working at the bank don't know half the things you do know. And I said, that's not true. People at the bank do know. He said, no, they don't know half the things. A lot of women, you can't reason with them. They don't know half the things that you do. Later on in the conversation, way down, I reminded him. I said, when you came on the scene, you said something to me very profound. You said that women working at the bank do not know half the things that I do. And I said to you that they, in fact, do know. The difference is what you are proving to me is that they will never have this conversation with you. They're not going to give you the time because it's like talking gas. It's like talking to a brick wall. They're not going to get anywhere. And so they're not going to waste their energy and their time attempting to have a conversation with someone who thinks the way you do because you're not open to receive information. You're not open to learn. I always tell people that being a student has been the greatest thing for me. When I traverse life being a student, I learned so much. I grasp so much more, and I'm able to question things. I'm able to do my own research, not through Google, but actually research materials, encyclopedia as to what I grew up on, and all these type of things. So when I put that together with my findings, I can put even a mere hypothesis from it. You understand me? So these are the things that I grew up on, but a lot of people today aren't interested in having a wholesome conversation. They're interested in being right. They're interested in you being quiet and listen to them. They want to lead. People are possessed with this leadership mentality and leadership spirit where they believe that they're automatic leaders and you're not leading anybody anywhere. Because in order for you to be a leader, you have to start from being a student. You have to can listen. You have to can understand. You have to be equipped with knowledge of what you are speaking of. And facts come with what? Evidence. And these are the things that I talk about. These are things that I elaborate on. These are the things that I speak on every day. And it's like talking to a brick wall. But lo and behold, it's an individual that says Gaza. Now getting to the nitty-gritty of it. I see Neko coming on the scene and he's talking about the star is lying. The star is dishonest. They are trying to put an information forward to the public that's not true and saying that Alkaline New Rules Festival, it's only half of the stadium and half of the parking lot was filled. It is untrue and all of this. I want you guys to take a look at this video. I want you guys to take based on what I'm seeing, this looks like Alkaline on stage. This looks like Alkaline at his New Rules Festival. So I'm trying to find out what exactly is it that's happening. No, out of all the newspapers, Star would be the least to speak anything positive about Alkaline. Star had a history of galvanizing a whole lot of people, getting them together to tear down Alkaline, the Vendetta movement, and all the persons in the comment section. So the last person, or the last medium on earth that I would think would ever have anything positive to say about Alkaline would be the Star. So for them to come and say that he had a sold out show in today, 2025, and for you, Mr. Neko Fire, to come and say that it is a lie and Star is spreading propaganda and he's saying this and saying that and it's not true, to hell with you. To hell with you. Now let me say something to you. If the inception of Alkaline career, they tried to tear him down and it didn't work. They came out when he did the Brata song and people didn't like it. It was controversial and they went after his career and all of that and it didn't work. He stood firm. Then there was so many artists out there who believed that they had a one-up on him, wanted to feud with him, use dissing Alkaline as a rites of passage, I'm sorry, from the Tommy Lee to the TJ to the Squash to so many others out there who believe dissing Alkaline was a rites of passage in order to cement yourself in dancehall and to be a giant, especially when you are saying Gaza and they were going towards the Gaza movement and all of that. If that didn't work, what makes you think you saying this and trying to denounce the success of New Rules Festival that took place in Trelawney is actually going to work? Come the F on. You must be bitch slapped with stupidity to think that you have the ability to tear it down. You're speaking about Vybz Kartel sold out his show in Europe and they don't speak about it. You could have sent the information to Star. Focus on your Gaza movement that you are about. If Vybz Kartel is selling out arenas and selling out, then go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and vlog about it. But because you people move on a negative vibration and a negative scale and you look through things through a dim eye, tunnel vision, cater to negativity and tearing down other people, believing that who you like is going to be on top all day, every day. That's the reason you function like that. That's the reason you talk the way you do. You don't have the ability to focus on who you support. You do not have that ability. You can't. You can't. So you're looking for mediums and you're looking for places that you can go where there's an anti-alkaline movement going on, an anti-vendetta movement, and you're digging and you're hunting and you're digging through the ocean, you're digging through rubbish heap to find, let me see if a corner or place over there with 50,000 people who do not like alkaline. Let me see if there's another place over there with so many people online who don't like alkaline. Let me see if I can go over there and inject my voice. Let me see if I can go around the corner and see if I can get a crowd to push an anti-alkaline movement instead of focusing on your Gaza. Focus on your Gaza. That's what you people do best. Focus on your Gaza. Why are you not doing it? Why are you so bothered? Let's say all things are equal and only two persons came. Now I'm gonna use hyperbole here. Let's say all things are equal and only two persons show up. Why are you so bothered? With your 17,000 crowd that you claim your artist is pulling and selling out places, why are you not pushing that as your headline in your vlog? Because nobody care. And you can't force people to care. That's the thing. That's the point you're missing. Nobody cares. It's getting stale. It is running its course. The whole prison freedom movement, it's kind of running its course, you know. It's running its course a little bit, just a little bit sooner than we all expected. Just a little bit sooner. Just a little bit sooner. Be careful. Be careful, the fever. The fever die out. Be careful. That's one fever that you want to spread and continue to spread. We don't want it to diminish. So you have to be careful, sir. You might want to focus on your Gaza movement, focus on your artists, and it would be such a great thing for you, you know, if you get up and you just make it your point of duty to speak on your Gaza and what you're doing, but you are spending time trying to tear down Alkaline, trying to say that he don't sound good, he don't this, he interview stupid, he this. You are from one negative to the other. And you're giving him clout, you're giving him relevancy, you're making the song trend, you're pushing it up in the algorithm and all of that. More people came out to the New Rules Festival. It did not go how you planned. It did not go. What you were hoping for did not turn out. I don't know what it's like to be you, to live with a life full of disappointment, to see all the things that you're hoping negatively happen to Alkaline is simply not happening. You understand? What does that feel like? I don't know. What does that feel like? I'm just hoping for this individual to fail so bad so I can sleep good one night, at least one, and it's simply not happening. You're probably suffering from insomnia. Probably suffering from insomnia at this point. Come on now, get it together. Get it together. You understand? Get it together. The New Rose Festival did well. I know it's a little bit hard for you to take, but take a deep breath and learn to accept the truth and learn to accept the facts and learn to move on with your life. Growth is very important, you know. It caters to advancement, forward thinking, evolution. It's extremely important. I take it that you're a father. There must be more important things that you have dealing with, like raising children, you know, making sure that there's a future secure for them instead of worrying about a young man out there who is actually building a legacy to secure for himself and his family. You have to learn to move on. You have to learn to just move on. Just move on. But it's so hard because, you know, being this whole Gaza, and people, I'm gone. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.